24 hours went by, maybe 36 hours went by. I'm the first one who checked. My results said, and my husband was not home at this particular time. He went out to the store. So I said, let me just check. I know I don't have COVID, but I sure was weak. So I checked my email and it said COVID positive. When I saw COVID positive, my heart dropped. Like my heart dropped, but at the same time, my heart was beating so fast. Like beating so fast. It was about, and I think I was freaking out. I got on the phone. I say, Rudy, you need to come home right now. He said, baby, what's wrong? I said, come. He said, well, I'm on my way home anyway. I should be there in like 3 minutes. I'm like, okay. He comes home. I said, stop. Stop right there. I was over here on this side of the bed. He was coming through the door. Baby, what's wrong? I'm like, stop. He's like, what? I got my test results back and I'm COVID positive. His head dropped and he said, that is the worst news I have ever heard in my life. Baby, are you okay? I said, no, I am freaking out. I am so scared because I have a history of high blood pressure and I have a history of hypothyroidism. And all this news, all this stuff every day, all day on the news was about COVID. And in the right hand corner of my TV would have the numbers every day. And see, every day me and my husband would watch the news every morning. We would turn that TV on when my alarm clock would go off for me to go to work. It would start from like 4:45 until I left, and then he would continue to watch the news. But every morning, and it was such a scary thing. I don't even know why we woke up every morning watching the news, but we saw those numbers in the right hand corner of that TV each and every day. So those numbers were like, oh, 10,000 people died so far. Next day, 50,000 people died. Next day, like thousands and thousands. And these were not just older people, they were young, they were old, they were middle aged, they were people that had medical problems, and a few of them didn't have any medical problems, you know? And you were already scared just from watching the news. But when I got my results back and it said COVID positive, I can't even describe, I cannot even describe the fear. That's what it was. Fear that I had for myself. Uh, and my husband tried his best to console me. And I was like, in here, I know that I'm going to be all right, but I think like I'm going to suffer because like I can't describe how weak I was. And then it's, I don't know, it seems like when I got the diagnosis that I was COVID positive, it just seemed like, boom, as soon as I read it, I just started feeling 100 times worse. The aches, the chills. I was burning up so hot, like burning up. 103, 104. I'm like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Oh my God, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I didn't want to go to the hospital. I probably should have, but I wasn't having problems breathing. At least I didn't think I was. So then the next day, everybody else got their results. Everybody in this house had COVID. Everyone. You talk about the stages of grief. I think I was grieving before death even happened in this family. Like I went through denial, like, no, 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 mm-mm. This can't not be happening to me. Things like this never happen, happen to me like that. Like I don't go through things like that. But everybody in this house had COVID. Everybody quarantined away from each. Everybody just sat in their own room. My husband said, "We're not going to stay apart. We're going to stay in this room." But we have a king size bed, and he was on this side. I was on the other side. I had my face turned that way. He had his turned that way. We were too weak to even, you know, console each other. We were just sick. My fever was so high that I had to get up and get Ziploc bags, put ice in it because I was so scared. And I didn't want to have started having seizures or anything like that. So I had little ice packs in my groin, and I would have them under my arms, and I would alternate between ibuprofen and Tylenol. And I was like, this fever is not breaking. I was so scared. I was like, let me call my doctor. Got on the phone, called my doctor. We did a telehealth visit. So we were on the phone. She was looking at me. She was asking me what my vital signs were, what was my temperature and all of that. And she ordered me a series of medications, and I took them just like she told me to. And she told me, so she said, I'm going to order you an inhaler. And I said, oh, no, 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 no. I don't need an inhaler. I'm not short of breath or anything. And she said, I'm ordering you an inhaler and I want you to use it. Well, when I got up, I went to the pharmacy. I picked the medicine up, and through the drive-through window, and um, I got the inhaler. And the first day I didn't use it. The second day I didn't use it. She called me the next day. Have you been using your inhaler? And I said no. She said, use your inhaler. I said, okay. She said, whether you think you are short of breath or not, I want you to use the inhaler. I used the inhaler. And when I used that inhaler, it was like a breath of fresh air. It was. It really was. My husband, on the other hand, he had not called his doctor yet. And he said, I think I better call my doctor. My husband also had some medical issues. And one of his things was that he had lung issues. He had COPD. So he said, I think I better call my doctor. Called his doctor. He was ordered the same thing, basically the same thing I had ordered. So I we were both taking our medicine and alternating between ibuprofen and Tylenol. Ibuprofen and Tylenol. Now, whereas I was over here burning up with fever, he wasn't. He had a little fever, but it was like 101 point something. Yeah, that's high. But I'm over here with 104 and 103 fever temperatures. Um, and so it took probably about 14 days, 14 days for me to even start feeling better. But I ran a temperature for damn near 12 of those 14 days. Um, and then I was probably off work a good 20 days though. So I eventually started getting up, moving around. Because the worst thing you can do when you're sick like that is lay in the bed. But you're so weak, you can't help but lay in the bed. I'm telling you. But I made myself get up every day. My son will come over here, bring me something to eat, leave it at the front door because I told him, leave it at the front door. He said, Mama, can you just open the door far enough where I could see you, at least put my eyes on you? And I said, yes. I said, but you need to step back. He will step back. I will open the door, get my food, tell my son, I love y'all so much. And he was like, Mama, your skin is gray. He told me one time, Mama, your skin is gray. You see how my skin is? It wasn't like that. My skin was gray, like this pillow. It was gray. Okay, that's how that meant to me that I was sick and I wasn't good getting good oxygenation like I thought I was getting. Yeah, use your inhaler if your doctor tells you to use your inhaler. But anyway, I slowly got better and I went back to work. The day that I went back to work was the day my husband went into the hospital. I left to go to work that morning and I said, Baby, are you okay? I fixed him a little something to eat. He didn't have an appetite. I say, but you need to eat. Make sure he had water and everything like that. He loved to drink coffee in the morning. I fixed him a cup of coffee. And I said, I'm going to work. I said, but if you need anything, my daughters were here. Call them and let them know that you need something. Or you can call me and I will come home. And and so I went to work and all day throughout the day, I would call, baby, how are you? And check on him and see how he was doing. And before I came home, I asked him, what is your oxygenation? I had this little O2 sat machine you put on your finger to check your oxygen level. I bought that a long time ago, and we kept a check on our oxygen. I said, what is your, because he just looked so weak to me. I said, Rudy, you need to just call 911 and go to the 911 and go to the hospital. He said, no, I'll wait till you come home. I said, okay, but if anything, you get worse, you let my daughter, you tell my daughters. So one of those phone calls on FaceTime, I told him, put the O2 set on your finger. And he slowly did it. He didn't want to do it. I said, put it up to the phone. He put it up to the phone. His oxygen level was 87. I said, call 911 right now. He refused to do it. He refused to do it. He said, I'm not doing it until you come home. Well, by the time I came home, the ambulance was at the house. Grief, My Story, Part 4, coming soon.